to distance with the defending Super Bowl champs, but in the end get knocked out by the Kansas City Chiefs. Welcome into Raiders Gameday, everyone. I'm Amber Theoharis, along with James Jones and Eric Allen. So the Raiders lose this 27-20. They drop to 2-6, but they were in this game until the very end and really had an opportunity, especially at the goal line, quite a few times to score and take the lead. And I feel like this is the first game that we really feel like they really shot themselves in the foot. Like the game was in their hands at one point, and they could have taken advantage, and they didn't.
Yeah, I think when we started talking about this year so far, it's all about those turnovers that continue to happen, those untimely penalties, and just the lack of the ability for this football team to bounce back from adversity. Those are the three things that I continue to see on this football team when they lose. So we have to find a way to correct some of those mistakes.
Yeah, winning habits is not easy. Winning habits is not easy. The Kansas City Chiefs know how to win football games. They win a lot of football games. They made more plays than us when the game was on the line.
Yep.
You look at the Gardner Minshew takeaway. You look at us getting the takeaway. We get inside the 3-yard line. We don't score. We go backwards.
Yeah.
All right. Then we get inside there again and we don't score. We shot ourselves in the foot. These are the champions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are the champions, and we played them tough at home, and we just did not make the one or two plays we needed to make to give ourselves a chance to win this game.
Three big things we're going to take away from this game we'll talk about here on Raiders Gameday. Look at that trash talk. Max Crosby was saying something to Kareem Hunt. Look at Trayvon Merrick. Trayvon Merrick's having a good old time. We're actually going to talk to him coming up in the show. But then they were like, low respect.
And then they dap each other up like, yeah, let's get after it, though.
Travis Kelce came to life, especially in the middle of the field. We'll break down how the tight end affected the Raiders. And Gardner Minshew had another tough day, had a good first quarter, and then things start to fall apart eventually, but had some opportunities, and we're going to break them down for you here as, look, the black hole, it's Darth Vader.
Yeah, black hole
there at
rocking
Allegiant.
now.
Good to be back home. Chiefs opening possession, 3rd and 7. Patrick Mahomes finds the new guy, DeAndre Hopkins, for 13 yards, first down, Chiefs.
Yeah, another receiver who can kind of sit down in those zone areas, really smart, cerebral football player. But this is what you're going to get with this Chiefs team, I think, every single week is the middle of the field. And like you said, and even before the game started,
watch him in the middle.
Find 87 and take it from the middle of the field.
Watch him in the middle, 87. Well, here we go with Samaje Perine for a 21-yard catch.
And that's what he's doing more of. Patrick Mahomes this season is doing more of getting outside the pocket, making plays with his legs and his arm.
The first day of football, your coaches talk about setting the edge.
Setting the edge.
Setting the edge, right?
Let him out there.
Didn't do it
Don't
there.
let him out there.
And tough right there as a 1-yard touchdown run from Kareem Hunt, who's been running very well for the Chiefs. So on the first drive, they're up 7-0. Will the Raiders respond? Here we go. Gardner Minshew to Jacoby Myers. Good to see you back,
buddy.
Jacoby.
Yeah, 16.
11 yards.
He's a big-time playmaker for us.
Oh, he's talking.
He's like, yeah,
He's
I'm
talking.
here.
I'll be here all day.
We in 4 wide right there, though.
2 plays later, you keep talking about that, JJ, 4 wide.
Yeah.
Gardner Minshew to Trey Tucker for 20 yards. You like that little planter's peanut to come back in, don't
no
you?
Doubt.
Plant that foot.
He know EB was about to get on him if he would have went out of bounds right here. No, put your foot in the ground. Let's get some more yards. I like it, young fella.
4 plays later, 1st and 10. Trey Tucker, double reverse.
Where you at, 15? Can we get a block?
Look at the block. Look at the block from Gardner Minshew.
I see you. I'll take the trickery, though. I like this. Keep the defense on the edge a little bit. Nice little drive going right here.
Those scripted first, it doesn't matter what game, those first 12 scripted plays are always
They look good.
That's excellent ball
that looked
placement
great
right there.
Jacoby Myers, 7 yards for the touchdown. So the Raiders respond, and we have a tied game.
That
threw
boy
the hand up.
Had him on ice skates.
Threw the hand up on him.
Had him on ice skates.
Way to come back for the ball, too. Yeah, that's a good contested.
Good to have Jacoby back. He looked really good early on in this game. Chiefs next possession on 3rd down. Remember, Raiders are the second best team on 3rd down.
There we go.
Tyree Wilson, even with the penalty, with the legal hands to the face, taking one to the face and getting around.
Long arm him.
Ain't gonna stop us. We know where we're going. Go get him.
Yeah, great job, young man.
Big time stop. Getting Patty Mahomes off the football field.
First sack of the season for the second-year player. Raiders next possession, 3rd down.
Oh, that's the man right
Gardner Minshew to Brock Bowers. Throw it to him every time.
Every time.
First down. Next play, 1st and 10.
On the edge again.
Jacoby Myers gets in on it, 17 yards. We're down to the Kansas City 34. Watch this Trey Tucker. Watch Trey Tucker coming up here.
Block, I would have loved to see more of this, too. Every time Gardner Minshew it rolls outside the pocket, he makes a decent play, whether it's with his arm or leg. And then when you spread him out, he's quick and decisive, man.
That was another
George
pretty good play.
Karloftis
Yeah,
comes
that
up
was
with a
big play.
batted down ball
That was a big
there.
play.
On
Good
third
play by
down,
him.
it was.
One of the better defenses in the National Football League.
And the Raiders hit a 54-yard field goal attempt. Is good from
DC.
Daniel Carlson.
Yep.
And so they could take the lead.
All right.
Take the lead here in the second quarter. Chiefs next possession.
Heat him up a little
Third
bit.
down.
Jacorian needs to play a little tighter. We need to play a little tighter on that one. He's a really good corner, having a good year this year, but that's too far off.
Yeah,
Even
my
though the
thing
guy's
is
a
you know it's
burner.
empty, so you know it got to come out quick.
Yes, and then you're bringing the house.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know the ball's going to come out quick. Oh,
Guess who's in the middle?
we've seen this play.
Right up the middle.
Kelce
Whether he
in the
catches
middle.
in the middle, he runs it up the middle. He was there all day. Travis Kelce for 11 yards. 4 plays later on third down, Patrick Mahomes. He scrambles,
At the edge, please.
finds Noah Gray. That's
really
what you were
good
talking
That's
about.
really good by Patrick Mahomes. They'll suck the defender up, and then you already know you finna just shovel it right there to your guy.
Next play, 1st and 10 to Travis Kelce. Where was he at there?
You know what? I think he's in the
He's
middle.
in the middle.
again.
In
Yeah.
between them
Yeah, in
hashes,
the middle.
that's the middle.
8 yards. So the Chiefs are in the red zone. 4 plays later on third
That's
down.
the middle. In between them
in
hashes.
the middle.
This is great because he's watching the middle dropper. Right? See that middle dropper? He's watching him. So he knows not to go too far. He's going to go right over
Get
in
your eyes
between.
back to the quarterback.
By the way, that was Patrick Mahomes' first touchdown since week 4.
Yeah, first one in
He has not
October.
been playing well.
Right.
He has not been playing well, but here he goes.
But see, that was a
Little
lucky play
lateral.
right there. Should have been our ball. We should have
Stops the
fumbled.
clock.
Right?
That's a good play
That's a
right
good
there.
throw.
He had all day.
That is Xavier Worthy, 16 yards. 2 plays later, 2nd and 10. DeAndre Hopkins, 16 yards.
You already know if it's in his area.
And then
he
we
gonna
get a
catch it.
field goal.
He doesn't drop many
He
balls.
ain't
though.
dropping nothing. He get them paws
It's
on
good.
it.
And
right.
there
10
we go
points.
again. 10 points given up
Yeah.
in under 2 minutes at the end of the second half. The end of the second half has killed the Raiders.
Not a good situation for our
Special teams. Let's
Here they
be
come
special.
out. They
There we
came
go.
out. They're looking good. DJ Turner returns it. Unnecessary roughness is called. And so the Raiders have the ball at the Kansas City 28. Here we go. A few plays
Good route,
into the
Jacoby.
drive.
Oh, look at that.
Kobe Myers, 11
Contested
yards,
catches today.
gets it to the Kansas City 4.
That's good ball, good route though.
Yeah.
So now they get a shot
First down
from the 4.
foe.
Alexander Madison rushes, loss of
backwards.
4 yards.
Let's look at this play
Now it's
clock,
second
folks.
down-
Look at
second
that
down
play
from the
clock.
8.
So he's hurried. Everything is hurried. Look at this play clock. Watch next play.
No gain.
Play clock's going down.
3rd and 8.
So everything is rushed.
And they make the stop.
Yeah.
And here's my question. Where was Brock Bowers?
Yeah.
Not one attempt when you start the ball at the 4. It's 1st and goal at the 4, and we don't even look for Brock Bowers.
He has to be circled. He has to have 2 or 3 plays.
And he
that,
can do
you know,
everything.
yes,
you
he
can put him
do it.
outside, you can put him inside. Like
run him- you can have
you
him run
lose
the ball.
Devontae. The go-to guys now is Jacoby and Brock. Find ways to get
And then the
ball.
defense says, I got you.
Get to the end zone.
Don't worry, I
Get to the end
got
zone.
it. Trayvon Merrick with the interception, but can't get it in, but that's okay.
He didn't play no offense in high school.
He ain't play no running back.
Eric Allen would have taken that in.
He ain't play no running back.
Hey,
wide
and look
out,
at Jenkins
you know?
with the tip, by the
Yes,
way, that was
great
responsible for that. And so here we go. 1st and goal from the 3.
I like that. That's cool. You're so close. Let's get under center and
Quarterback sneaking right
Quarterback
now. You
sneaking
on
right
the
there.
inch.
All right, maybe they'll do it here. Nope, Alexander Madison again, nothing.
All right.
We're at the 1. 3rd and
down.
1
Look
at
at
the
this
1.
play clock. Look at this play clock.
Quarterback sneaking
3rd
again.
down. Look at this play.
Quarterback
Look at that play
sneaking
clock.
again.
Almost 0 on the play clock.
And he gets nothing. So
right.
3 Alexander Madison rushes and nothing.
Look at the play clock. 0. That was 4th down. That was the
Fourth
biggest
down.
play of the game thus far. You gotta make sure you have the right call, the right play.
Turnover on down. So they had
Yeah.
7 chances inside the 4 and came away with 3 points. Remember that.
You're not
Yeah.
going to beat the defending
7
champs like that.
chances.
You're not going
And
to.
then they're getting plays like that.
Lucky self,
Yeah.
man.
Here in
That's
the 4th
3rd
quarter,
down, too. 3rd and 5.
Patrick
Look at him.
Mahomes
Look at
This
him.
is big time.
to the
though.
left,
3rd and
14
12
yards.
with his legs.
1st down Chiefs.
Look at that.
He's so dangerous once he
Yeah.
leaves that pocket.
He just has a great feel for the game, and he just
Amazing
makes the
feel.
winning plays, man. It's hard to even just talk about it, touch on it, whatever. He
at
just
that.
makes the
Wait, where
winning
was he at?
plays.
Climb in the pocket.
Middle of the
He was in the
football
middle.
field. Travis Kelce owns the middle of the football field.
Yeah.
Against us, he does.
1st and 10.
Outside the pocket,
Justin Watson for 6 yards and a penalty on Chase on for roughing the passer. The ball now on the 7-yard line as a result.
And
Harrison,
the Raiders hold to a field goal.
They did. They held him from the 7. You know, got to give credit to the defense. Harrison Butker makes it, and it's 2013 Chiefs. Next possession, Gardner Minshew. Here we go.
Yeah.
That was a big play in the ball game right there. The defense just got off the football field, hold them to 3, and then you go out there 2 plays in, you go right back and fumble, and the defense sudden change. That's a big-time play.
Yeah, ball security, man.
His 11th turnover of the season. He has 8 interceptions and 3 fumbles. So the Chiefs have the ball now. It's 3rd and 2. Travis Kelce gets it for 11 yards.
Sprint right option here.
But you see how they're getting Patty outside the pocket.
Yes.
Move the pocket.
Yeah.
Help him. He can use his legs. He can throw it. He can throw it away. Move the
then
pocket. Another one. Look at
left,
him.
right? Sprint left.
Move in the pocket.
And Xavier Worthy takes it in 9 yards for the touchdown, and the Chiefs open the gap 27-13 here in the 4th quarter.
Set the edge.
Raiders still fighting, though.
Yep.
Wait, there's Brock Bowers.
Hey.
We have not seen him since 13 minutes left in the 2nd quarter.
Yep.
Ooh.
It is the end of the 4th quarter. Where has he been all game? That's another problem that we need to discuss.
Look at how fast.
And they get in the end zone.
Contested catch.
Look at how fast he's playing and how fast the football's coming out. He identified empty blitz. That's perfect ball placement right there.
So now the Raiders are within 7, and their only chance is to try the onside kick.
It's close.
With 2 minutes left.
Got that big hop.
No.
This was a close one.
If 21 didn't get that chip on my man right there, we would have got
Yeah,
that.
we got that ball.
But it is recovered by Noah Gray, and
That right there.
Yeah, right there.
Because he knocked 19 down, too.
that'll do it. So the Raiders come close, but they don't get it done. They lose this one 27-20 to the defending Super Bowl champion Chiefs. Taking a look at our final game stats brought to you by Sports
Let's see 'em.
Water. Let's look. Where do my eyes go, EA?
All the way down to the bottom.
Time of possession, who won it?
Particularly against the Chiefs, because we want to take the ball away from Patrick Mahomes.
The best defense.
And Kelsey.
Yep.
But,
Best defense is not having it in Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes'
And
hands.
then you go to the rush yards, and then you go to the 3rd down, and then you go to the pass yards, and then you go to the red zone.
Look at the Chiefs on
Lord
3rd
have
down.
mercy.
12 of 16, 3 of 4 in the red zone.
outside the pocket. Like you're right. You know, so he was struggling. So you get him outside the pocket and you give him levels. You give him, you know, that level 5 yards, give him level 10 yards, so he's able to now get outside, run if you need to, throw the ball to the open receiver.
Who the best quarterback in the world?
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah.
right? And Andy Reid still gets him outside the pocket
Yeah.
just to make it simple on him.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
boom,
So he can
boom,
see.
a run.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just simple plays that he's helping them out with.
He
We
is.
trying to do all this funny business, you know what I mean? Designing all this crazy stuff and making it hard on Gardner Minshew. Now they bringing exotic blitzes. He don't know where to go with the football. We just struggling. We got to do better. Defense balling out. Defense got takeaways.
Yep, that
Defense got
takeaway.
you inside the 3, and we ain't getting no points.
The biggest thing for me is not scoring inside of the 4-yard line when you have 7 opportunities.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to get the ball in. And the lack of diversity when it comes to play calling and not going to your playmakers.
Your
Granted,
best player.
Alexander Madison has been a playmaker,
He has
but he
been.
was not able to run the ball today against the 4th-ranked
Chiefs.
run defense
Yeah,
in the
it's Chris
NFL.
Jones.
So why does Brock Bowers
He has to be.
disappear
He has
from
to
the
be.
end of the 2nd quarter until the end of the 4th quarter? We did not see him catch the ball. Starting out the game, he had 3 targets in the first half. He caught all 3 of them, all for a first down, all for big plays. He's a
Yeah.
playmaker.
He
and
is.
he must McDuffie.
Their best cover guy.
He's a contested ball. He's going to win every time.
He
Throw
is.
it to him in the end zone.
Right. You know he's a mismatch. He
Yeah.
continues to prove to everyone that he's the type of football player that deserved to be the 13th player in the draft pick by us. There's no doubt that he's the kind of guy you can go to over and over again to kind of set the tempo for your offensive football team and then work things off of him and how he's so dominant. So I just think if there's some points in the game where you kind of lose him.
Yeah.
And that can't be the case going against the Chiefs.
Especially in the red zone. We know in the red zone, it ain't a lot of trickery and stuff in the red zone. Everything happens faster. Everything is condensed in there. It's hard to score. You know what you do? You're good. I'm going to put you over there and go up and make a play. That's what you got to do
I'm
in
going
the
to
red
lose.
zone. You can't have all
giving
these
it my
exotic
best shot,
plays.
right? If you're going to go down swinging with your best shot.
Man.
Right, and I think JJ makes a good point, and real quick, is when you isolate him and put him on the outside, you know exactly what the coverage is.
Exactly. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, big play from Trayvon Merrick. We're going to talk to him coming up next here on Raiders Game Day.
You're doing it.
You got this.
Yes, this is great.
Every year, millions fly with us at Allegiant because together, we go places. We see old friends and try new things. We laugh. We really like to laugh. And reconnect. We remember. And we wander, which leads to wonder. From how we go to where we go to what we do when we get there, we go further together.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. It's your job to stock the city, restaurants and rooftops, bars and basements. Every corner store. And when it gets tough, you stay driven. Give it all you got, going nonstop with 20 stops. Because at the end of the day, every single round is on you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Taste is not an option. Taste is everything. 1800, the world's most awarded tequila.
Looking good, guys.
Thanks!
Oh, hey, Pickle!
Hi, Dad!
I brought Mom's glasses from the hotel.
Oh, great! She's in the ballroom, the big one!
I'm coming up.
Vacations are better with the credit gods on your side. Rewards once available to the few are now accessible to the many. Earn points for travel with Credit One Bank and live large.
Raiders Game Day is brought to you by Allegiant, the official airline of the Raiders. Low fares, nonstop flights, only at Allegiant.com. America First Credit Union, the official credit union of the Las Vegas Raiders. Modelo, a reward for those with a fighting spirit, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. And by Cox, proud partner of the Las Vegas Raiders. So the Raiders lose a one-possession game to the Chiefs 27-20. A highlight of the game was Trayvon Merrick and his play, and we welcome him in now from Allegiant Stadium. And Trayvon, we really appreciate you joining us here on Raiders Game Day. First, to be able to play this tough of a game against the Chiefs, what do you guys take away from this game? What is the emotion? Obviously, it's a loss right now.
Yeah. First thing first, I loved our fight. We played to the end, but, it's just little mistakes, man, little details that we just got to clean up on during the week of practice, and just continue to push forward and keep our heads up and on to the next game.
Hey, I know these games is usually a little chippy, words going back and forth, especially division opponent. We seen Max and Kareem Hunt getting into it, and we seen you kind of smiling. Take us through it, man. What was going on, man? I know it's, hey, it's a rivalry. What happened?
Yeah. It's just the competitive nature of the game. I probably shouldn't say what we were saying, on the broadcast.
You were enjoying it, though.
No, just the nature of the game. Yeah, I love it. I love the talk. I love the competitive aspect of the game. So, we just butt heads when we can on the field. So.
I tell you, man, you've matched up against Kelsey many times. What is it like going through that matchup each and every week, how you have to get prepared for it starting on Wednesday? What is that matchup like?
I love it, man. That's one of my favorite matchups. It's just, a lot of focus, a lot of, film study, just making sure I'm on my P's and Q's. And just when it comes to game time, just, doing what I do in practice, doing what I do in the film room, just trusting my study, trusting my process, and just make plays like that, so.
Trayvon, able to come up with the interception. Take me through that play and the position that it put the team in.
Man, it wasn't just me. I think it was Big Jank who actually got the tip. And it just so happened, like I said before, tips and overthrows, we got to get those. So just so happened to fall into my hands. And I tried to get to the end zone as best as I could, but, a little short. So hopefully next time we can take that to the crib.
Talk to us about the defense a little bit, man, because y'all flying around, y'all tackling, y'all hitting, y'all making a lot of plays. Obviously, the offense is struggling right now. But defensively, walking off the field, is there something that you could put your finger on that you guys probably could have done a little bit better?
Man, like I said at the beginning, man, I loved our fight, and I like how hard we played. Our goal was to make the other 10 players on the field, come into the game, and I think we did a good job of doing that by, just keeping their offense on the field. But one thing we had to do is just, get off the field on third downs. I think we could do that. Just continue to get in the lab and practice and just work on that.
People have talked so much about the differences between this Kansas City Chiefs team of now and years before, not that much explosive plays. What are the differences you see?
Man, to be honest, not much. I mean, they have some players out and, different players in, but, they have a great coaching staff over there. They got a, great team, a great quarterback. So, they're still undefeated for a reason, and we just got to find a way to knock them off.
Being able to take an undefeated team down to the wire, what did you guys learn about yourselves that you will take into Cincinnati, another tough team next week?
Just the fight, the physicalness, the aggressiveness, just the, AP says that's the intent to win. So I think, that'll be our focus every week, no matter the outcome of the game. So.
I always like to know the message at the end of the game in the locker room, Coach AP, standing in front of y'all, talking to y'all. Can you take us through kind of what the message was, man? And, is that locker room still together? Y'all still believing?
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. We still got plenty of more games to go. But, what we said in the locker room was just back to work. I mean, what can we do in this position? It's just showing up to work, grinding, and just grinding out some wins, man. That's basically what it comes down to. I mean, we can't stop. We cannot show up and not play the game, so we just got to come to work every day and just prepare.
Well, Trayvon, congratulations on your second interception. I know that you guys will be looking for the win against the Cincinnati Bengals, but definitely something to build on. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
And Trayvon kept mentioning the fight, and that is something that we did see that was an improvement from a few weeks ago. I remember in the Steelers or the Broncos games, watching those games, just feeling like they weren't even in the game. We saw at the end of the fourth quarter against the Rams some fight still at the very end, trying to win that game. So seeing that continuation and them stepping up against the champs, the hope is they can go into Cincinnati, which is going to be tough on the road, and be able to score some points because they weren't able to be productive, especially in the second half and in the third quarter where they needed to be. Yeah, the defense showed a lot of fight. Here's a look at the second half, what I'm talking about. Look at they punted, a field goal, but look where the drive began. Do you see Kansas City 28, Kansas City 3, and you end with 3 points. You turn it over on downs and have just a field goal. That's where the game could have been won or eventually was lost for the Raiders. And then fumble. Not only that, after you turn it over on downs, the next possession is a fumble, and then able to score a touchdown late in the game. So consistency and taking advantage of opportunities when you are deep in the red zone. You got to be able to score. Yeah.
You have to. Help each other out. We talk about complementary football all the time, but let's help each other out. Understanding the situation you're in, and I go back to there's a fine line that this Raiders football team can win in, and you get a turnover, you have to capitalize. You can't turn the ball over. Those kind of things we continue to talk about time and time again, but those are the fundamentals of football, and you have to have those things, and you have to practice those things so you come out in game time and it's something natural to you. And you were right. Winning is not easy in this league.
No.
And to have that kind of confidence is difficult when you continue to have situations like this.
And not only that, man, the weak spot of our football team right now is offensively. We are really inconsistent offensively. We cannot find a rhythm. We couldn't find a rhythm when Devontae Adams was here. We're not finding a rhythm now. The defense is playing their tails off against some really good opponents. We cannot put drives together, get first downs, go down there and score points. And it's frustrating because you look like we look in the second half against Baltimore, and we win the game.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You know what I mean? Or when we got to have it and we got to go down here and we got to score some points really, really fast, we spread people out, we go score, we move the football. So you see what we have, but we're just so inconsistent right now, and the defense is playing at a high level, man.
And there's a big problem when you do have playmakers, guys that have stepped up since Devontae Adams left. You got
No doubt.
Jacoby Myers back. He was looking good early on.
Really
you got
good.
Brock Bowers, which I mentioned in the last segment. But Jacoby Myers, he comes out, he's strong. You're saying he looks so great in this offense, an underrated route runner in the NFL. And he gets 5 targets in the first half. And then in the second half, he disappears, only 2 targets. No targets were to him in the end zone in that 7-down stretch where you had an opportunity to take a shot in the end zone.
These plays are all designed for him. Right? These are plays like when you get in the huddle, it's like, hey, this is your play.
Number 1 read.
Right. Yep. We need more plays like that for him and Brock Bowers, particularly in important situations. Those kind of guys need to be circled until they're doubled, and then you can kind of go off. So I go back to you have to continue to play with the mindset of I'm going to utilize my go-to guys in these important situations.
Game planning wise, right? When I used to be a part of game plans, they used to say, hey, man, we want to get 89, 8 targets. All right, we want to get Jordy Nelson, 10 targets. All right, so you're going into the game and you knowing this is the targets that we want to get them.
Yeah.
So we're going to call these plays. They're the number 1 read in these plays. Let's get them involved. We need to go out there. We need to get Brock 80 targets. We need to get Jacoby 70. Right? That's what we need. They're our 2 best players. Running the football is not our best players right now. Our 2 best players is Brock and Jacoby. How many times can they touch it? That needs to be the game plan. That's
He wrote down 78.
I'm not sure we're going to have that. I'm not sure.
I know we're going to have that many plays, but y'all get what I'm saying. Right?
We're going to run 150 offensive plays. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, JJ's going to break down the Raiders' run game struggles and EA taking a look at how Travis Kelce continues to hurt the Raiders.
In 300 feet, turn left.
With Cox's fiber-powered internet, you can do brilliant things.
Exit approaching.
Like upload your voice to Dad's GPS in no time flat.
And I miss you, Daddy. Happy birthday.
Get multi-gig download speeds powered by fiber. Upgrade your internet today with Cox, the nation's fastest internet provider. Limited availability in select areas.
Dude, you're looking ice cold.
You look ice cold, bro. Guys, somebody's coming. Somebody's coming.
Let's do it.
There comes a day
When I'll be the one
you dream.
it's gonna.
It's gonna be Ray.
Dude, are you crying?
It's in our very nature to find exhilaration in the new, to seek the excitement of the unexpected, an endless yearning to experience what lies beyond the everyday.
Hey Raider Nation, when you come to see the Raiders take the field at Allegiant Stadium, you should do it from the best seats in the house. So grab an ice cold Coors Light, and you can enter to win tickets for these Coors Light silver seats at Allegiant Stadium. With plush seating, state-of-the-art beverage coolers, and wireless phone chargers, there's no better place to watch your Raiders bring home the win. Celebrate responsibly.
Dude, you're looking ice cold.
You look ice cold, bro. Guys, somebody's coming. Somebody's coming.
Let's do it.
There comes a day
When I'll be the one
you dream.
it's gonna.
It's gonna be Ray.
Dude, are you crying?
Every year, millions fly with us at Allegiant because together, we go places. We see old friends and try new things. We laugh. We really like to laugh. And reconnect. We remember. And we wander, which leads to wonder. From how we go to where we go to what we do when we get there, we go further together.
Intermountain Health understands that life can be a challenging game, and mental wellness is vital to our overall health. It takes courage to admit when we're not okay, and even more to reach out. If you or someone you know is struggling or in crisis, call or text 988 or visit strongestplay.com for mental wellness resources. Welcome back to Raiders Game Day. The Raiders lose this one 27-20 to the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Raiders continue to struggle to run the ball. Only came up with 30 yards on the ground today. On the other side, even on a down year, Travis Kelce continues to hurt the Raiders when he comes to Allegiant. And to talk more about both sides, let's send it over to JJ and EA.
Appreciate it, Amber. We are going to talk offense and defense.
That's
so
right.
Right here, we are talking offense, run game. If we want to run it, we got to have an attitude about us, EA.
Right.
That's
Physical.
the run game. That's just attitude. It ain't scheme, it's attitude. Come off the ball, knock somebody off the ball. Right here, we get knocked off the football. As you can see, this is what EA talking about.
Set the edge. Set it.
That is physical, that is violent, that is coming off the block.
Look at
Watch
those
94.
hands. Oh, yeah, it's
Physical,
setting it right there.
violent, coming off the block. Nowhere to run the football. We're not physical enough up front. But we're going to run it again.
Ooh, man.
He ain't even got it yet. He in the backfield. There is nowhere for the running back to go. We are not physical enough up front.
Oh, this is a great
Come
play.
off the ball and move people backwards. I know that's Chris Jones. That's all pro Chris Jones. He probably do that to everybody. But then again here, look at this.
Yeah,
we are going backwards.
Right,
setting the edge. We are going backwards. We are not going to be able to run the ball if we are going backwards. We ran the ball for 33 yards.
They're ferocious.
I don't know if y'all know, but that ain't good.
Not good.
Right, so if we're going to run the ball, we got to do better than that. But it's attitude, man. It's effort. We got to get more physical and violent up front.
Yeah, and on the other side of the ball, when this Chiefs team steps off the bus, you got to know where 87 is at all moments of the day.
Right now.
You know he's been a killer. And at this point in his career, he's more a finesse guy than a speed guy. He's going to find the middle of the field, and he's going to work himself away from any linebacker or any safety. That's what makes him so dangerous in the middle of the football field. So he's going to get to the middle of the football field here. Great throw, but he's going to work. Once we see the next shot, he's going to work himself away from this. Say, yeah, we know you're here, buddy. We know you're here. But watch how he works his way away from that safety. Look at that. Just a curl around, just great football sense of urgency about him. Once again, we're going to set a trips up here in a bunt situation. And once again, he's going to read. That's a great ball right there.
Ball.
Man, that was a strike. But once again, he's reading the linebacker.
Yep.
Once he goes and vacates, he's going to pull up and just snap up right behind the goal line. And Patrick Mahomes, as he always does, is going to find this 87. That's his first. This is his biggest game so far this year. And for the next one here, once again, just get into a situation where he's going to move himself upside the field, and Patrick Mahomes always running away from coverage, away from pressure. And look at him. Just going to sit down, show your quarterback your numbers, get the ball, and run after the catch.
Really quick, Peyton, if you can hear us, can you go back to this play real quick?
Go back to it,
Just
Peyton.
go back to it real quick.
Our great producer in the backside.
To the wide side, to the wide side. Keep going, keep going. I want us to pause it right here. Okay. All right? This is all we saying. We have 89. Brock Bowers, we seen him right here. Now we see 87 out wide. We seen 87 over here, and we seen 87 out wide.
That's right.
How many times can you get your playmakers the ball? That's what Andy Reid is doing. You see him out wide, you see him in tight, work in the middle of the football field, getting the ball. That's all we saying.
So important. So now the quarterback can see the coverage on the tight end. So if this is Brock Bowers, we'll know safety, okay? He's not fast enough. Corner, too small. Linebacker, too slow. So you always have an opportunity to work with your best player on the football field. So that's what JJ is talking about. When you isolate that big-time player, like they have Travis Kelce, we have Brock Bowers. Next time, hopefully, we'll be doing highlights of Brock Bowers.
No doubt. It's just like if Amber was guarding me, we call that barbecue chicken. She's too small. Get the ball to me. No, back to you.
You don't know my 40 time, homie. You have no idea what I ran in high school. Take a look, though. This is the point that JJ and E are trying to make. Travis Kelce was used effectively, whereas Brock Bowers was successful when he was targeted, 5 times 5 receptions, but then they go away from him, not able to get him in the end zone or even target him in the end zone, which is the problem that we're talking about. And you know what's funny about this, fellas, as I'm looking at this? I would take Brock Bowers all day right now at this point in Travis Kelce's career versus Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers, to me, is the better player. He's been playing better ball than Travis Kelce. He's been the top tight end in the NFL as a rookie. So that puts an exclamation point on what you guys were trying to say, that why can't they do what Andy Reid's doing and move him around and get him into better positions? Because he has tremendous upside.
He does, and he is fast.
Yes.
He is big. He is physical, right? Travis Kelce obviously has slowed down in his career. The greatest tight end to ever play the game, but he has slowed down. Brock Bowers is elite right now, playing at a high level. If you get a linebacker on him, that he cannot cover him. He ain't told you, right? Too slow. If you get a corner on him, too small. If you get a safety on him, they are not big enough to guard him. He's a mismatch problem. Move him around. Give him the opportunities to make plays. AS. AP, like next week.
I mean, he went up over one of the best defensive backs in the game.
Great ball this year.
And
just
what
kind of
are the corners? Too small. Mismatch. It don't matter. That's what we're saying.
Look at that. Great route running, always coming back to the ball. It seems like yards after catch, he may be the top in the league.
Look at this.
Gave him a little pause at the line of scrimmage. Just give me that. You're too small, bud. And that's one of the better cornerbacks in the National Football League. He just went one-on-one with and beat him. So he's always an opportunity. He's so smart as a football player at this young age because he's been able to line up everywhere on the football field. His years at Georgia, he comes up here to the National Football League, and he's doing the same things. He's such an ultimate weapon, this young kid. It'll be a shame to get to the end of the season and have him have all these great opportunities when we didn't utilize him right now. Like, he needs to be utilized like this right now.
He's ready. Did you see the bottom of the screen where it said the time of his last catch in the second quarter and then the time of his next catch in the fourth quarter? I did some quick math. It was roughly 29 minutes. 29 minutes of a game. Your best player is not getting the ball. You're not going to win.
You get checked out. And me being a pass catcher, I know. It was games to where I get a ball in the first quarter and not get a ball until the fourth quarter, and Aaron Rodgers would come up to me, hey, you ready? No. I've been gone. I'm checked out. I'm not in the rhythm no more. I'm not in the groove. I'm checked out.
And it's not like he's in a man-on-man situation where a DB is covering him, going from one spot to another, and the quarterback's looking at him saying, no, you're covered. He's just disappeared because we haven't put him in the play.
We ran that play one time. We put him out wide one time, and McDuffie guarded him. And that was the play, and we didn't put him out there no more.
I would have saw Travis Kelce make a play, and then I'd line up my guy in the same position.
All right, we're going to take a break. Maybe Antonio Pierce addresses this question. We'll hear from him coming up next as he takes the podium from Allegiant Stadium.
It's in our very nature to find exhilaration in the new, to seek the excitement of the unexpected, an endless yearning to experience what lies beyond the everyday.
Hey Raider Nation, when you come to see the Raiders take the field at Allegiant Stadium, you should do it from the best seats in the house. So grab an ice cold Coors Light, and you can enter to win tickets for these Coors Light silver seats at Allegiant Stadium. With plush seating, state-of-the-art beverage coolers, and wireless phone chargers, there's no better place to watch your Raiders bring home the win. Celebrate responsibly.
Looking good, guys.
Thanks!
Oh, hey, Pickle!
Hi, Dad!
I brought Mom's glasses from the hotel!
Oh, great! She's in the ballroom, the big one!
I'm coming up!
Vacations are better with the credit gods on your side. Rewards once available to the few are now accessible to the many. Earn points for travel with Credit One Bank and live large.
doing it.
You got this.
Yes, this is great.
This segment of Raiders Game Day is brought to you by Twitch. Be sure to check out the Raiders' fifth quarter podcast. Listen and follow wherever you podcast.
Antonio, first and goal at the 3-yard line after Trayvon's interception. The play calling there, was that, were you guys all on the same page on there? Would you have liked to have been a little bit more aggressive there? And then also, Brock Bowers went a long period of time without, getting any looks. Was that what the Chiefs' defense was doing, or did you guys get away from him?
Yeah, I just think the first question, the ball at the 3-yard line. I mean, you got to punch it in, right? Last week we had the same opportunity, we threw it 4 straight times. So trying to get it, we just got knocked back. They won the line of scrimmage on those plays, and then Brock early in the game plan. Obviously, he's always a part of it. But I thought, obviously Kansas City did a good job. Spags started just bringing pressure, and the ball's coming out quick, and you got to throw it to the open receiver.
AP, it seemed like on the Chiefs' second to last drive, I think you guys used all 3 of your timeouts. Were you guys not considering saving those in case you had that situation at the end of the game where you needed to stop the clock?
I mean, we're looking at it, just looking at the score, looking at all the numbers. If they kick a field goal, it's a 2-score game. Try to save as much time as possible.
AP, that last drive of the second half, of the first half for you guys, will you just talk about what's going through your mind? Just what's your thought process there and the decision on how you guys played that out?
Yeah, you don't want to give them a lot of time. So obviously you want the clock running. They didn't call timeout after the first one. They did after the second. And I believe third down was an incomplete pass. They got the ball. We got a good punt there at the 20. Want to keep them backed up. Obviously they're one of the best teams in football in a 2-minute situation, trying to give them as least amount of time as possible.
AP.
Time for one big number, and it's 17. 17 yards total. 17 total yards of offense on the first 4 drives of the second half. Can't do that.
Hold on. Am I seeing that right?
You're seeing it right. That's why it made the one big number, because we talk about the third quarter going into these lulls. Not only going into a lull in the third quarter where they're finding it hard to move the ball or score, they're going into the half at the end of the second half. This is a pattern now, the last several games, with allowing either a field goal or a touchdown, or in today's case, 10 points under 2 minutes to go. The game's usually in reach. It's been in reach at the end of the second quarter going into the half. This transition from the first half to the second half has been brutal for the Raiders, and then they seem to come back in the fourth quarter. So the first and fourth, they're great. Second and third, having a lot of problems there. But the biggest problem was the goal-to-go struggles. And Antonio Pierce addressed it. He said he was asked about not getting Brock Bowers involved. He really didn't talk a lot about it, but he said, we expect to punch it in. And you should technically be able to, but after you do it 3 times and it doesn't work, and then you get the ball after an interception, you got 4 more downs, 3 more of them are to Alexander Mattison, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, a combination of, you have to have your red zone package needs to be on point, right? You have to have your big guys. If your offensive line is not kind of powerful and coming off the back, you have to have some creative plays to get yourselves into the end zone. That's usually by finding matchups. And right now you have 2 matchups that could help you win, tight end and Jacoby Myers. If you're not doing that, now you have the opportunity to now work off of shotgun, under center. After that first run, you have to be able to get under center and sneak it in. That's what I think.
No doubt.
In my opinion. If you're not doing that, then you're at the mercy of what the defense is doing. If your quarterback is not going to get to the line of scrimmage and get yourself into the correct play.
And for me, it was the plays that was called, the formations. Like at one point, you got to switch the formations up. We are 3 straight times in the same formation, jumbo formation, trying to punch it in. It is okay to run the ball and spread them out in the goal line too, so it's not a lot of people in the box. I don't care if you run it to punch it in. You're on the 3. The O-line should have some attitude about it and punch the ball in. But the play calls are all identical. So if you're going to have identical formations, at least have a different play off of it, a keeper or something. So for me, it was just the play design 9 and you're in the same formation. And then on 4th down, you hike it at 1 second left in the clock, and then you take a sack.
That's
to me, it was just a play call and the same formation back to back to back. The Kansas City Chiefs is not stupid. The Kansas City Chiefs is champions for a reason. We cannot give them the same look 3 times.
Spags is one of the best coordinators in the league, in the history of football.
And as you pointed out, the play clock going down 3 or 4 times. You almost don't get the play off.
Call a timeout. Call a timeout.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, Gardner Minshew has a chance to talk to the press. We'll see what he has to say. The Raiders lose this one 27-20 to the Kansas City Chiefs. This segment of Raiders Game Day is brought to you by America First Credit Union. For every Raiders first down at Allegiant Stadium this year, America First Credit Union will be donating $100 to a local charity.
How are you feeling?
I'm good.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Looking good, guys.
Thanks.
Oh, hey, Pickle.
Hi, Dad.
I brought Mom's glasses from the hotel.
Oh, great. She's in the ballroom, the big one.
I'm coming up.
Vacations are better with the credit gods on your side. Rewards once available to the few are now accessible to the many. Earn points for travel with Credit One Bank and live large.
In 300 feet, turn left.
With Cox's fiber-powered internet, you can do brilliant things.
Exit approaching.
Like upload your voice to Dad's GPS in no time flat.
And I miss you, Daddy. Happy birthday.
Get multi-gig download speeds powered by fiber. Upgrade your internet today with Cox, the nation's fastest internet provider. Limited availability in select areas.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. Your 5-star chefs on 4 wheels, running your kitchen all over town, pushing through working hours and after hours. No matter rain or shine. Because when you stay hungry, your neighborhood stays fed. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Every year, millions fly with us at Allegiant because together, we go places. We see old friends and try new things. We laugh. We really like to laugh. And reconnect. We remember. And we wander, which leads to wonder. From how we go to where we go to what we do when we get there, we go further together.
It's in our very nature to find exhilaration in the new, to seek the excitement of the unexpected, an endless yearning to experience what lies beyond the everyday.
Celebrate 65 seasons of Raiders football. Be a part of our legacy with a special edition brick featuring the exclusive 65th anniversary logo. Secure your place in Raiders history today at RaidersFoundationBricks.com.
Only 4 of them went over 4 plays. Are there times when you're in the huddle and you're wondering the plays that are coming in? Are you in agreement with them? Or are you is there something that the team you need to go back to, Luke, and sort of back to the drawing board? As far as execution on the play calling, are you fine with it, or does it need help?
No, I feel comfortable with the plays we're calling. I think in a lot of cases we got to execute better. They make good calls too. You know, I think there's spots all across the board that we can get better at, and you know, we'll have to watch film, address it, and move on.
Gardner, when we left SoFi last week, you said everybody, including yourself, had to take a hard look in the mirror. You come out tonight, or today rather, you're throwing lead blocks. AP just talked about it. What did that hard look in the mirror reveal for you?
Yeah, no, just get back to just kind of focusing every play, man. Focusing on your job, and that's really it. You know, just showing up each play with a blank slate and giving it your full focus and effort. You know, felt good with how we came into the game today. You know, obviously you're always just a play or two away, so we'll have some more we can learn from and take. But I also think we have more to build on from this week.
Gardner.
So tough questions for Gardner Minshew, but the bottom line is he has struggled since he has come back in, since Aidan O'Connell has been injured. It has been a tough go for Gardner Minshew. I want to switch over to the defense, though, because we haven't talked about the defense all show. The Raiders' defense has been playing pretty solid ball, and I've said this last week. I've said it now. I did the numbers. Half of the points that they have given up over the last 4 games have come off of turnovers. So it's either they got the ball on a short field or points scored against them. They weren't even on the field. It was a pick six, right? So accounting for that, you have to look at some of the things they were able to do good today. They only gave up 82 rushing yards on the ground. This was a team that was averaging 130 coming into this game. They only gave up 250 through the air, which for Patrick Mahomes, that's a good number. This was a team that came in here second in the NFL on third down. They had a rough day on third down because of Patrick Mahomes, when he was able to scramble, not setting the edge, things like that.
He's the best.
But they are resilient, and they have been in there fighting, and you got guys in there making plays. I mean, even things like Ja'Cory Bennett making that tackle, right?
Right, for sure.
Where we've seen dramatic improvements, a big turnover from Trayvon Merrick. You got to get in the end zone, Trayvon, next time, clearly. But
I teach a school.
you can, if only we had somebody in the organization that could talk to him about that. But I think we needed to take some time to acknowledge what this defense has been doing, and sometimes numbers do lie.
They do, and what's great about it, it is just not 98. And Max comes every single week, and we all know that, but there's other guys, particularly in the middle of the football field. You think about what DeJosh Spillane does. I mean, he shows up every single week, usually leads the team in tackles. The 2 safeties are doing an incredible job, I think, at this point. And then today, you know, I'm sitting down upstairs at the desk, and I get the information about, you know, corners and coverage. And right now, Bennett is leading as far as the first 7 weeks of the season, allowing the less completions. So he's doing an outstanding job, and Hobbs is continuing to play better. So there's a lot of guys on defense. I think Patrick Graham deserves a lot of credit for putting this situation, because we came out of training camp thinking, man, we can't stop the run. We can't create turnovers. We're just kind of struggling a little bit. Took us a little while, but they're back edging up into that spot.
Don't have Malcolm Kuntz, don't have Christian Wilkins, and there's guys that are stepping up.
That's right.
Yeah, if I'm anybody on that offense, I'm making some calls. Max Crosby, anybody on the defense, Splane, anybody, hey man, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? We're going to get it right. We're going to figure it out. But they got to help, right? You're giving the defense short fields. You're turning the football over. I mean, we minus 13. That ain't good. That's not winning football. You're putting the defense in bad situations. You got to find ways to score points or punt, and the defense will do their job. But when you talk about half the points is coming off turnovers, we can't do that to the defense, man. The defense playing their tails off offensively, they got to help.
Cypress Hill is there.
Cypress Hill?
That was my childhood right there. They rocked it at Allegiant. We're going to take you back there when we come back.
Taste is not an option. Taste is everything. 1800, the world's most awarded tequila.
300 feet, turn left.
With Cox's fiber-powered internet, you can do brilliant things.
Exit approaching.
Like upload your voice to Dad's GPS in no time flat.
And I miss you, Daddy. Happy birthday.
Get multi-gig download speeds powered by fiber. Upgrade your internet today with Cox, the nation's fastest internet provider. Limited availability in select areas.
Dude, you're looking ice cold.
You look ice cold, bro.
Guys, somebody's coming. Somebody's coming. Let's do it.
There comes a day when I'll be the one you dream. It's gonna be me.
Dude, are you crying?
Raiders Game Day is brought to you by Allegiant, the official airline of the Raiders. Low fares, non-stop flights, only at Allegiant.com. Credit One Bank, the official credit card of the Las Vegas Raiders. Coors Light, choose chill, an official beer of Raider Nation. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. And by Twitch, watch, discover, join in. If you had a chance to be at the stadium, boy, were you lucky. Fred Williamson,
he
lit. What's he doing out there? Look at him.
See Wood.
Former Raider.
Hey.
And then, speaking of former Raiders, Charles Woodson out there getting everybody hyped up. And Mark Wahlberg, the actor, hanging out with his wife, enjoying the game in Cypress Hill. You got a hole in your head.
I want the Beast Mode jacket on.
I like it.
Yeah.
Cypress Hill. All right, coming up next, we got 4 games ahead. 1 game before the bye week. Cincinnati Bengals got smacked by the Eagles. They're 3-5. Winnable game there. Just getting to the Bengals and being able to regroup and come out.
We just
need a W.
Defense is going to show up again. Offense is going to make it happen.
So you calling us out, huh?
See you next game.
calling us out.